Good morning, everyone. I hope you can see me. I'm going to move my screen a little bit so that I'm more in. That's better for me. Okay, I'm not quite as tall as my husband, and he usually sets it up for me. And I end up being in the bottom bit of the screen, but that's much better, I think. Good morning. Today is the 11th of November, Remembrance Day, and we do remember those that have given their lives for us in the wars, and just pray we don't have any more. Today is a bit off the cuff because I've just been really busy and I'm not feeling very well, and you can probably hear I'm really breathless. So yeah, I'm sort of struggling a little bit, and I can see that I've got a flushing thing there. Oh, that's why. Okay. Today I'm going to use a set that's very easy to miss, and it's in the mini catalogue, and it's called Petal Arrangements, and it's actually proteas, and I don't know what the other flower is. It looks like some sort of like frangipani almost. And I love this set. It's a bit like a puzzle. So when you open it up, you can see, there we go. You can see that there are, you can stamp it all as one stamp, or you can stamp them individually, and they're great fun to put together again. You got to put them in the right spot. So what I did was, I actually didn't have this set when I started preparing for this, and I borrowed someone's when I was at retreat back a while back, and I had all this stuff sitting around, and I thought I really must do that. So I had this folder here, and I had stamped off lots and lots of proteas and stuff, and I think they're frangipani flowers, and I made 2 or 3 sheets, and I thought, what can I do? I need to do this one. So this one is actually inspired by Morel. What we call her our fearless leader, and Morel did this card. Just folding that. Morel did this card at camp, and I thought it was very pretty. So basically, she used petal pink as the background, and then she got some white, and she used a blending brush to put a little bit, just a tinge of pink on it. Okay, so that's going to be my background there. Okay, and then I've got a piece of this paper. This is part of my shares, and this is gathering leaves, and it's going to go on the bottom like this. And then I've got all these little flowers, which I've colored in with petal pink. I haven't quite finished them, so I was just about to let them find just add a little bit of petal pink or pretty in pink in the middle of them, just to give them a little bit of depth at the center. Don't want very much, just a little bit, so that it looks like, yeah, just like that, because it just adds a little bit of dimension to the flower. So I'll just finish doing that. There we go. Now I'm going to put it together, so I won't need this for a moment. So what I want to do is I'm going to layer these, decide where I'm going to put them. I'm going to do them in a row, I think. I've got 2 large ones and a smaller one. And I've used Pretty in Pink, and I think I used Light and Dark Old Olive in this one. Okay, and I just realized that I had forgotten to color in that leaf, but that's okay. Okay, so that's going to go, and then this is going to cover that. So let me put some tape on the back of these. I might actually, yeah, I'll just put some tape on it. Probably should have got my glue gun, but that's okay, or my multi-purpose glue, but I'll use this instead. Can't get it to work this morning. It's a bit like me, it's refusing to Let's try this one and see if it works better. Oh, look at that. So I've got a little bit of glue in the back of that. It doesn't need a lot, just enough to hold them in place. There we go. Now, I just want to work out where I'm going to put them. That's going to go there. And I'll put this one in first. Just like that. And then I might do the other large one on the other side. Decide where I'm going to put it. There we go. And then this little one is going to go in the middle. Like so. Okay, now I might add a tiny little bit of tape behind that. There we go. Now, they're in place. You can see that they are not all level, but that's okay. And then I'm going to add this, gathering leaves at the bottom. And it's a pretty green with a gold stripe on it. So it looks like it's almost embossed. I just want to move it down a tiny bit so that it's actually covering the bottom of that. There we go. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I've been talking to my daughter who's been unwell, and she's off school today because she's just been feeling quite sick. So there we go. It's still not sticking. There we go. That's it. All right, now I have a piece of petal pink ribbon here. I don't know if this is still current, but it's got like a rib thing on it, and I thought this might be nice across here. A network issue prevents us from binding to the expected TCP port. I'm not quite sure what that means, but maybe my husband does. If he appears, let's put this on. If he appears, yeah. There we go. Appears. He just appeared, as you could hear. And then I'm going to put a little bit of tape on the back. And put that in place. Okay. Now, I think I'd like to raise this up on this. So let me get my dimensionals, which I have here. And my pick is somewhere on the table. I've just got a bit of a mess here because I was trying to get organized and talk at the same time, which is not usually a good thing. But what I'll do is I'll use just, oh, here it is, right in front of my nose. There we go. Okay, let's get some dimensionals. I'm using the edge. I've been very pleased because this week I've been really busy preparing stuff for a fete that we are going to be doing the end of the month, and I have been using up a lot of dimensionals, and particularly the end bits. So I love cutting up these edges and then just using them, and they're actually quite good because you can cut them different sizes to fit what you want. And I'll put one more there. Okay, so let's put these in here. I just think I dropped something. Oh yeah, something from my next card. That's all right. As long as I know I've dropped it, it'll be fine. And I got to look for it. Here we go. And there we go. Now, I'm just going to pop this on the base. Petal pink isn't one of my favorite colors, but it looks really good with this. Okay. Now, I could put a sentiment down here in the bottom. I have some gems here that are in the September mini catalogue. I thought I might use some of these. I don't know how I'm going to use yet, but let's have a look and see what we've got. Oh, I actually like these iridescent ones here. Let's put 3 of those on. 1, 2. I'll do another big one over there. Okay. So I'm not quite sure what I put on down here. Maybe with deepest sympathy or with lots of love or something. So that's using the frangipani. You have to die or cut these out separately because fussy cut them because there isn't a die for it. Now, this is what I need. Oh, there we go. Just all my bits fell on the floor. Okay, so now I'm going to use a protea. And for this one I've got, and I've just put this one together this morning, Basic Beige Crumb Cake. And I've really been umming and ahhing about this. This is the Gathering Leaves, which is beautiful. Look at that gorgeous paper. But I'm going to use the other side, and I've run it through the exposed brick again. And it's going to go on the crumb cake. But I love those colours. And I might see if my husband could bring me a drink, because I think I'm going to lose my voice today. This is going to go on here, but I've got some natural twine that I want to use, which is on my table somewhere. Where are you, natural twine? We saw it earlier, but I just moved things. So, got my petal pink there. Oh, oh, for goodness me. Well, I don't know where I've put it. I know it was there on the floor. Oh, thanks, Rod. I can't see for looking this morning. That's because of my disturbed night. But thank you. Fun doing a podcast when you've hardly any voice. So I've got some natural twine here, and I'm going to do this around 3 times. Cut it off, and pop that underneath there. Come on, there you go. Doesn't want to come out the other side. There we are. Because I want to tie them so that all 3 are together. Okay, but I actually want that one that way. So then I can, that's better. Tie this in a knot. Now you notice I'm doing this before I put it on the card. There is a reason for that, because I can then move the back into places where I need them. So for this one, I want to move that up and move this one up a little bit and the bottom one down so that they're separated out. And here we go, we make a little bow. There we are. Now, just need to get the tails and make the bows much smaller. That's much better. Okay, let's trim those edges off. This has got like a very subtle little square with a star in the middle of it. Now I've done a protea, and this one I've done in ivory with crumb cake, and I thought this would be perfect in this. I'm just going to put that on like that. So I'm going to get my dimensionals again, and pop it on with some dimensionals. I think what I want to do is I want to make some very thin ones for the leaves. So I had one there that was, I've cut into 3 so that I can actually put it on the leaf like that. On that leaf, and one on that leaf. Okay, let's take the backs off. So you can see that I've been able to use really skinny pieces of the dimensionals just for this, to hold those individual leaves down. There we go. And I'm just going to put that underneath there, but like that. And I've used a little bit of Wink Stella on this as well. Now I actually think I want to add, I might add some of these on this. It's a colour that I might add in. I don't know what these are called, but they're quite nice actually, because they're almost like they've got lots of different colors through them. Okay, so that's going to go on this side of the card, just like that. And I think I want to put that on with dimensionals. So here is my pick. And I've got some down here that I've cut. I've been fighting this cold for weeks and weeks and weeks. And I think it's finally decided it's winning. I don't know if it's a cold or whether it's asthma, but yeah, I think it's decided it's had enough of just brewing. It's just going to give me trouble. So this is quite a sort of a neutral card. Now I'm going to do something a little different. I've got my these little frangipanis. I've got 2 of those. I'm going to find the yellow one, which is, and I'm going to try something. I'm not sure yet. Oh, there goes something else. Which one I want to use. Okay, so I can't find the other one. So let's get one out of here. Because I've done a whole lot extras, which is good to have. This is another one that I've used that I'm actually going to use on another card in a minute. So I'm going to put these here, and I'm going to put a little bit of tape on the back of them. Put one like that, and one up here. Okay. Actually, I might move that one in a tiny little bit so it's more in the center. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. And I'm just going to touch them together like that, because I don't want this to take over the other side. So I've got a couple of little labels that I've cut out here. I've got a white one and a beige one. Basic beige and white. And I don't know which one to use, but let's see how we go. Got some pecan. I've got a little dauber here, and I've got some pecan pie, which I think would be really good around the edge of this before I even stamp it. I think I want to do this. Just brushing the edge with the dauber to give it sort of an antique look. I don't know what this will look like, so as I said, I'm making this up as I go along this morning. Oh, that looks, it just gives it sort of an aged look. I think actually that looks really good on that. Right, let's close this up. And I'm going to stamp on it, thinking of you, okay? Because I think that would fit on it really well. And I might do that in pecan pie actually, just to stand out. So let's do that. Thinking of you. Oh, that looks really nice. I'm going to put that there. And then I've got a piece of basic white here somewhere. There we go. I don't know if this one's been cut the right size. I have some more that I put on the table. At least I thought I did. Oh, here they are. And what I'm going to do is I've got a lot here, and I'm just going to do on the inside a lot. Okay, so that's what I'm doing for this one. Let's close that up and turn it over. And I'll put that on, but that's going to go. Just someone who maybe is going through a tough time, that would be a really lovely card for them. And some dimensionals along the edge. You think this table's chaotic, you should see my other one at the moment. It's been a bit crazy. Trying to do this in between other things this week. So there we go. And I'm going to put that there, like that. And that is my card. Still looks crooked. Let's pull it up a wee bit more. That's better, I think. Just thinking of you a lot. And there's my a lot inside. And I could, like, for example, I could put this down here, or actually, you know where it would be nice? Just there. Just to tie the whole thing in. Let's do that. It's called thinking on the spur of the moment. Going to layer it so that the flat edge goes like that. Oh yeah, that finishes it off. Look, thinking of you a lot. So this one's done in ivory. I love the card, actually. Just me. This is another one I did earlier. I had this one done, and it also has ivory, and I've used pecan pie and white, and I've used petal pink behind this just to show you. And I haven't put a sentiment in this one yet, but if I cut that the right size, that would fit inside. But what I was thinking was, I have a piece of like cardstock here, and I have You're So Kind. And I was thinking that this would be really nice and pecan pie on this. So let me grab that. I hope I've left myself enough room. Let's do another one over here, just in case I haven't. I think I have, but you know, one never knows. And I've got a circle punch. This one is the 1.5 inch or 38 centimeter one. And what I want to do is to cut. Ah, it works perfectly. There we go. Cut this side. And I'm just going to put that down there. Okay. So I'm going to again put it on dimensionals. Dimensionals are my best friend. I love the way they just add a little bit to a card so that it isn't quite flat. And I'm going to pop it down there like that. And I've lost the tail end of that bow. Come on, out you come. There we go. Just pull that through again so that it's even. And that is another card that I have finished. Oh, there goes my phone into the bin. Now, my last card today is going to use the Proteas, and it's actually quite a strong card. So let's go from that. I think I could put that on there with a little bit of petal pink. Thinking of you, I think that would look nice on that. So just to show you that that would work there. I did these ones in, if I can remember, I think it was fresh freesia, petunia pop, blackberry bliss, and granny apple green. So I got some, this is some of our DSP. I've got a pretty in pink here, okay? And this is a like a DSP that is embossed. And what I've done is I've made it the right size. And I'm actually going to layer it like that on top of the card. So I've cut it right down the middle. So let's do that first before we do anything else. Let me get my tape. Not using dimensionals for this one. Just going to put this on. Created this one last night about 9 o'clock after I finished my day's teaching. Go. And see if I can finish this one off in about 4 minutes, which I think I can. And that one's going right beside it, and I've done that in bubble bath, or I think it was bubble bath, yeah. Might even have been fresh freesia. Okay, so they're going there, and then I've got these beautiful proteas, and my plan is to put them along that seam. So what I might do is grab my glue, because I don't think I brought it over to the table. No, it's here. Here we go. Oh. I want to use multi-purpose glue in this one because I really want it to lie down. I'm going to put this one on first at the top. There we go. And a little bit there. Okay. So what's happening with this one is it's going to go so that that leaf is right up the top like that. There we go. Now this one, I've used a little bit of Wink Stella on it, and then I've got another one the same as the first one, and it's going to go down on the bottom like this, okay? And I might actually use a little bit of pretty and pink in there just to, it's not quite the right color, it should be fresh freesia, but, which I might change in a minute, but anyway. Should I put them a bit higher up each time? That actually might be a nice idea. Hadn't thought of that before, but let's see if this will work. Amazing what you do sometimes on the spur of the moment. I love this little set. It's just so pretty. So I'm going to put these up on a dimensional. And this time, I don't think I will worry about the leaves. And I'm basically going to cover the middle. So it's going to go like that. I just want to make sure that this will work. I really do want to get fresh freesia for that because just annoys me. It's the wrong color. Or Virginia poppy. I'm using close myself, even be still in the other. Oh no, here we go. See, I was using these to colour in last night. You can see, got them all out and they haven't got put away yet. So what I'm going to do is, this is like fresh freesia. And before I put this one on, I'm going to just add a little bit of, yeah, that's the colour I want. But I'm going to put this on 2 dimensionals, okay? So let's see how we go with that. Put one on, add another one on top. So it's sitting higher up each time, okay? Let's cut some along the side here. So they're all about the same size. Here we go. Right, now I'll put one there, and take that top off and pop that on top. And I've got another one here that I'm going to pop up here. So we end up with double dimensions on that. And then I'm going to use my scissors and cut a few tiny strips. I'm not too worried about the bottom, it's mainly the top I want to set out. Okay, so I'm going to put that on here, that one. And I've got 2 more here, one there, and one there. Okay, let's pull the backing off those. Take the backing off that, take the backing is off that, and that, and that, and that. Is that one? Still got the backing on now. And I'm going to, here we go. So I actually feel that this one needs to come up a little bit more, don't you? So it's more, when I look at it, that looks better. Okay, so just a row of proteas up there, and then I've got this, which I could put up there, or I did it in green. Which one should I use? I think I might actually use, or I could do one of those. I'm not putting both on. Maybe that. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah. It's very hard sometimes to make that decision. And maybe if I was doing it next time, I would do something different. So just play around a little bit with this morning. Oh. 1, 2. If you haven't got this set, I know we've only got about another month before it goes on the clearance rack, but you know, it is such a pretty set and you can do so much with it. Let's get these, and I actually think these would be perfect on it. So I thought what I might do is add maybe one there and another small one down there. Okay. Oh, I think that looks really nice actually. And I've done just a little bit of winger still on the flowers. So you can see these 2, the bottom ones and the top one, are sort of looking more out, whereas this one is pointing straight up. But that's another card. So 4 very different cards today, very different colouring, and I think I might put thinking of you on that one. Here we go. Can you see them? I'll move that down a little bit. And there we go. That's our 4 cards for today using petal arrangements. And I hope you like these. Just a little bit different. Okay, I will talk to you next week. And look after yourselves in the meantime, and I'll try and get better. Okay, bye.